Hey guys, TJ here and welcome back to another video. Currently me and a few others are working on one of the biggest medieval fantasy worlds in Minecraft, called Phytor. In the last building episode we took on Al-Hadika, a gigantic heroic palace located in the desert. Today on the other hand we are going to scale down a little and go back to our beloved Midlands. We are going to rebuild this small logging and farming village I built 5 years ago. We'll be rebuilding every single house within the settlement, redo the farmland, square and logging fields, as well as adding some additional features to the build. Before we start, this village will be up for download for 30 days as soon as this video reaches 100 likes. So make sure to hit that like button. Although this settlement, as well as lots of other builds I've created, are already available on my Patreon. Link in the description. Anyway, let's get to building. First off, we have to remove the old settlement and make some adjustments to the area to make it more suitable for building. After that, it was time to do the planning of our new village. Just as with the old one, I decided to have one small square in the middle surrounded by several buildings and workshops, which are then surrounded by several different types of fields. Apart from the town itself, I also wanted to build a few things hidden in the forest, like a beaver dam, a wolf cave and a house where a lonely hunter resides. After the planning was done, it was time to start building the first houses. I went for a very wooden design including spruce wood and dark oak wood, with a deep slate roof. In my opinion, these blocks create a very good balance when it comes to the brightness of the build, because I didn't want it to be too dark nor too bright. I also decided to start adding the first decorations to see how the house would look like with the extra details. Especially the trees that I placed around the building really added that cozy vibe that I was going for. Now that the first house is finished, I started building the main square, which was going to be surrounded by a butcher's house, a tiny smith and workshop, as well as a small church, which also acted as the main building of the village. In the middle of the square, I built a small well. The village of Estrald is located in the northern Midlands, close to the castle of Norpeak and villages of Beverley and Hornwood. The farming settlement itself doesn't have an important role in the region, although an important trading route does cross the hamlet. By the way, fun fact, this is actually the first time I used some of the 1.17 plus blocks in one of my builds. The server on which we built this world was 1.16 to this date, but with 1.19 having just released, we decided it was time for an update. And god, these blocks are amazing. Now that the butcher and smith buildings are done, I decided to do those interiors first before moving to the next build. In both houses my goal was to create some kind of workshop downstairs, with the living quarters being located upstairs. The most notable building of Astralt is going to be the church. While most of the settlements in this area are built in a medieval style, for this church I want to go for a more Nordic design. The village of Astralt is ruled over by House Moradia, which, as I mentioned in the Norpeak episode, comes from the north. This is also why it wouldn't be strange to have some Nordic style aspects present within this settlement. The forest bordering the village is called the Wolf's Den, which comes from the many wolves that reside within the forest. Aside from wolves, the forest is also well known for their beaver populations. That's also why the small creek that runs through the forest is called the Bever. Because of this, I decided to build a small beaver dam within the woods. The Wolf's Den has always been known as a somewhat eerie forest by the locals. Not only because of the many wolves, which could obviously be a threat to some of the inhabitants, but also because of several people that have been lost in the woods and never returned. Old folktales talk of an evil spirit hiding somewhere deep in the woods. It is said it possesses the wolves of the region when the moon is full. With trails of fireflies, it tries to lure lone travelers and children into the dense forest where they are ambushed by the wolves and never seen again. I also made sure to make this forest as lively as possible by including many different small things to see and explore. As I mentioned back in the Riverton speedbuild video, which I coincidentally uploaded almost exactly 1 year ago, I am a huge fan of custom fields. Also for this village I of course decided to add a few, including a pumpkin patch, broccoli farm and lilac field. With the fields and forest area finished, there is only one thing left to do. Outside the settlement, on the west side, I decided to build a small ruined watchtower looking over the fields, a remnant of a less peaceful time. In the next speed build I am going to build a 1.19 themed fantasy mangrove village, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Also, if you did enjoy today's video, then please consider leaving a like on the video and subscribing to the channel. This village will be up for download for 30 days as soon as this video reaches 100 likes. Although for High Lord patrons, the download link is already available. Link in the description. Anyway guys, have a very nice day and see you next time. Bye bye.